Back again with another episode of Jake's Metal Chat. This is episode 7, and well, yeah, another interesting chat with another metalhead, obviously, someone else within the metal scene. My guest for this one is in Finland. I'm just gonna message him now. Yeah, just messaged him. He just messaged me saying these might be on there. Yeah, I had to get up early for this, so I'll get him on now. And yeah, we're just going to chat about his bands and music and everything else. So there we go. Got a beer as well. Connecting audio. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, hold on.
No. We'll see him in a minute, folks. There he is.
Yeah, here I am.
In the outdoors with trees behind you. That's
Yeah.
better than it's better than my setting.
Yeah, I'm at the backyard of our house.
Oh, I want your backyard.
Yeah.
Let me have your backyard.
Yeah, it's nice.
How you doing today?
Oh, pretty good, man. You know, we had the company day yesterday evening, so the bars and stuff have been opening in Finland. So
yeah, they haven't opened here yet. We don't know when they're going to open yet, but once they do, I keep saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go straight to the pub and have a drink, but knowing me, I'm just going to be like, no, I'll wait.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. Nothing changes at all. So welcome to Jake's Metal Chat, where we'll be chatting metal and beers and whatever the hell else you want to chat about.
Everything under the sun and stars.
And just all sorts, just anything. So for all you YouTubers, if you don't know who this man is, this is Kari. He is from, he's from 3 different bands. He's from Solothus, Yawning Void, and Sepulchral Curse. Or Sepulchral Curse.
That's about.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah, I saw you guys 2016 the first time. Solothus, not Sepulchral Curse. That was Eradication Fest. That was amazing. Well, I picked up this album.
Our sophomore album.
Yeah, there's No King Reigns Eternal, which is absolutely fantastic. And of course, your new album, Realm of Ash and Blood, which is also fantastic. And this one's from $20 spin. This one's not, but that's where I got this from. Look at it. It's amazing. And of course, the band, which obviously I'm also wearing my FinFest shirt.
Fits the situation.
Of course, just to fit the episode of this chat. And you're wearing Incantation, and I had John on one of my last ones.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. I just thought, oh, do you want to appear on Jake's Metal Chat? I was like, yeah, sure. Could have said no.
Yeah, he seems to be down to earth kind of guy.
Yeah, he's very, very down to earth. Very nice guy, because I met him before. Well, same year I saw. Right, I think did you play? I think it was 2016 or 2017. You played No, it was 2017. I saw your Eradication. I thought it was 2016. That's it. No, I was getting the years mixed up. It's John I met 2016. I saw you guys 2017. That's why I got that.
Yeah, it's already been a couple of years since
few years so far. So let's crack on with some metal and nature by the looks of things. And so, what got you into metal? Where does your journey begin?
It was during my teenage years. I think I was kind of a late bloomer when it comes to metal. It was my sister used to listen to all these power metal bands from, Stratovarius and Sonata Arctica and stuff like that. And it was like kind of there, but I wasn't really that enthusiastic about it. But sometime during, I don't know, high school or something, 15, 16-year-old or something, my sister asked one friend of mine to burn on CD some Lake of Tears songs. And I remember I brought the CD to my sister and we put it in the CD player, and the song Raistlin and the Rose, that song that's about the Dragonlance.
I think I
and
heard it.
that was the moment for me that it changed everything. I never heard music like that, like dark and brooding, combining fantasy literature and heavy music. So that was for me.
Yeah.
I've been on the road ever after that, and then started looking for heavier and heavier bands, and
as you do,
and death metal, and been on that road ever since.
Yeah, that's where I've been. Yeah, because I got into metal when I was like 11.
Yeah.
I was like late 2002, early 2003. Well, 2003 when I firmly stuck with it. 2002 was a bit like, oh, this sounds okay. I'll go back to what I was listening to before, which was like Eminem and 50 Cent and whatnot. So that mix in there. And then that's all been pushed aside now because I don't really listen to it. I'll probably go back to like old school hip hop, like NWA and all that stuff. So don't judge me.
I think
don't
for
judge me, people.
I used to listen to this Finnish redneck punk rock band called Chlamydia when I was a really kid, and I don't think that's very
No.
Well, the songs that I like as a kid, I still enjoy.
Fair enough. I still listen to Queen and Elvis and stuff like that, so I still enjoy that.
Well, of course.
My mum's a big fan of Queen, so she tagged me and my brother in a post, and there was a video of them on a train, and I was like, I kind of remember this. I can't remember this video, but not too well because I might watch it when I was really, really young. But I got into metal because one of my brother's friends, no, I'm trying to clear my throat now. He burnt some CDs off for me, and they were Pantera. He had Vulgar Display of Power and The Great Southern Trendkill.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like,
for me,
what's this? And then I heard like from Jack the Waters. I was like, what is this? Who is this man? Dimebag Darrell. Oh, cool. Because I got into them around the time. Well, 2003, 2004. I was listening to him, and then obviously Dimebag was murdered, which is not good for the metal, not good for us. We're losing legends every single day. It sucks.
Yeah, it's gonna be more and more.
It's gonna be more. We don't want to think about it though.
No, luckily there's new cool bands coming all the time.
Definitely new bands. There's always new bands coming.
It's all about circle movement. Things come and things go.
Yep. Because I got my band released their album back in April, Herbicidal. It's on the Stoner Doom, and it's got some death metal in the mix.
I remember you sent me some songs from that.
Yeah, we got the whole album now.
Yeah.
It's only digital release. Hopefully we'll be able to release some CDs
nice.
soon. I don't know yet. That's still up to debate or whatever. But let's see what happens. I'm working on stuff at the moment. Death metal band I'm trying to sort out. A funeral doom band I'm sorting out. Which is
trying to keep it busy.
I'm just trying to keep busy and trying to do all sorts because my funeral doom band's more like Skepticism, Ahab, and Mournful Congregation, that sort of thing, but mixed with some other things.
Yeah, the good stuff.
The good stuff. Yeah, because I saw Skepticism here, and I didn't really know who the hell they were, and I was like, because my mate Alex said, "Oh, check out Skepticism. They're really good." I'm like, okay. I had to get my bag because I was going home literally that same night.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Skepticism is one of the best bands from Finland and one of the most influential bands. At least for me, it's that hidden gem that not everyone always remembers because you often are into all this, the demigod and demilich and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that always comes
and
the funeral doom and how strong it was in Finland from the beginning. It's like, perfection.
Perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Finland's got a big metal scene, because I've looked at the metal scene in Finland, mainly the death metal scene. Like, seeing all pictures of Demilich, Convulse, Pertinence, and not much from Skepticism. I haven't looked that much yet, but Demigod, I've seen pictures from them in the old days.
But it's weird, like, nowadays, death metal isn't even that big in Finland anymore. It's there's 3 black metal almost only festivals in Finland, so there's only 1 death metal festival left, so it's probably a surprise for many people that they think that Finland revolves around the Finnish death metal, but
no, there's more in Finland.
More like, listened abroad than in Finland, probably.
I know. Well, that's where when I associate death metal, I associate it with Sweden, obviously, Finland, and America here as well, because there's a lot of death metal bands here.
Yeah.
Trying to find folk metal bands from Finland. I think I found one. Oh yeah, Korpiklani.
Yeah.
Korpiklani and obviously I found Korpiklani, Tursas, and Sepulchral, those bands. But I'm trying to find more folk metal bands from Finland, because I'm in a folk metal band as well, and we'll be rather enjoyed over in your neck of the woods. I can tell you that now.
Yeah,
Scandinavia, like over in Scandinavia, Europe. It's very melodic. It's very heavy. It's got a mixture of everything. Korpiklani and Sepulchral. It's a good thing I saved myself on that, because I was like, do I know any folk metal bands? Yes, I do. You dumbass. So whereabouts in Finland do you live?
Now I live in the beautiful empire of Pikki, but I'm originally from actually an island on the coast of Finland called Parainen, but I lived, almost 10 years in Turku, the old capital of Finland, but it's like southwestern area, Finland, where I'm from, but it's, most of people almost live in the triangle of Tampere, Turku, and Helsinki. So I
was going to mention Helsinki.
It's good. It's only an hour and a half drive from here to Helsinki.
Well, I'd rather be where you are, because like I said, there's trees, there's woods, I can just go and walk in the woods with my guitar or bouzouki or frame drum or whatever instrument I have, just sit there for hours. I'm like, I hear no cars.
We have I can show you.
Oh, you can.
We have our own little rocks over there and stuff.
Oh, that's a nice little setup.
Little forest.
It was because a mate of mine, she's from Bristol, but she moved to Finland years ago now, like 2014, something like that, I think. She got married to a nice Finnish man. Looks like, wears like maybe nice fancy shirts and stuff. Not fancy shirts, but doesn't wear metal shirts like we do. But there you go. But he's a nice guy, and he said to me when he visited, "Oh, if you're ever in Finland, you got somewhere to stay." He's like, when he lived in Helsinki, somewhere in Helsinki. I had to remind myself. I think it's Helsinki anyway.
But there's a good chance that it's Helsinki.
I can remember. Yeah, they live in Helsinki. Not sure where in Helsinki, but I could probably just go there and be like, I should have phoned them. I should have told them I was here already. Damn it! I'll see Kari instead. I'll see Kari instead.
Yeah, well, if you happen to come to Turku, then you can try our little forest here.
Yeah, I'll just let my folk metal band know. Yeah, let's go to the forest. Behind the vocals of Solothus' house. Did he say it was fine? Yeah, it's fine. Just have to leave him alone.
Yeah, we have a whole downstairs, 3 or 4 British people to come invade us.
I'll come like, yeah, metal. Not just metal. Yeah, metal and whatever else. Who was the first band you did stuff with, or was that a bit later on? Because you joined Solothus in 2007, was it?
Yeah. The very first band I sang was it was this black death metal band. It was like really we were really young, and it was very hectic and chaotic, and it was probably more just beer drinking than actually playing.
Fair.
I think it was a year before Solothus. Then even the name of the band kinda wasn't decided. I think at some point it was from Lord of the Rings. It was Karadras, and we played like there was one really, really black metal song that we had, and then I remember we covered Ensiferum's Tale of Revenge, but
Ensiferum.
But it was like there was no chance for it to live long, that band, if you can even say. I wasn't into that kind of stuff myself, so I told them I left the band, and I asked Veli, who is still the guitarist in Solothus, and Santtu, our old drummer, and because I really wanted to play doom metal, and then we formed Solothus. So that's the beginning. Even when Solothus was formed, we first played traditional doom metal. I was playing bass and singing. We were covering Dio, and I don't remember what else, but we had
Dio's always good.
Yeah, we had one very doomy song, and at one rehearsal I got electrocuted because we had old PA system and stuff.
No.
After that, I dropped the bass and I just sang. And then at some point in the history, we kind of felt that more death metal approach was way more our thing, and I prefer death growls, so to say. So that's how we kind of evolved into what the band is now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's more death doom nowadays.
But yeah, Solothus is where it all began for me.
You still got because in Solothus you got all the heavy guitar riffs and the very dark but melodic sort of acoustic-y bits as well. Those really dark bits, like the bass on the Betrayer is just like dum, 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 dum. It's like, what? This is kind of scary.
It's a cool to start the album with bass only.
That's one of my favorite songs from the album.
Yeah, me too. I like the song.
Yeah, the second song as well. Well, I love all the songs, but those got to be my two favorites.
Yeah.
And as for fun, I just thought, oh yeah, that's that bit where he's just shouting.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll just record. I'll just do my own little vocals around that and just send to him and see what he thought, and he actually liked it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I was just like, yeah, I'll do it.
Next time when we'll come to England, we need to
just bring on stage and I'll just shout like, yeah, I'm done. That's it. That's all I'm doing with band.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing with Solothus. And who did the artwork for this?
Juanjo Castellano.
Yeah, because I was trying to find a book.
It's a Spanish dude.
Okay. Never know. Okay, I didn't notice that. Or I did. I haven't looked at it. Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while, so I'm like,
Yeah, he was a really cool dude to work with, because I gave him the lyrics, and we gave him the idea what we had for the album cover, and he kind of put a lot of different things into it. If you watch the album cover, there's of course the main idea, no king reigns eternal, but in the background you can see the towers in the mist, and then there is the constellation of the darkest stars aligned and stuff like that. I really like, because we didn't ask for those, but he just put them there himself, so to say, because he thought that it would be cool.
Really good stuff. Yeah. It's awesome artwork. Because usually when I look at albums, sometimes the artwork on the back links up with the front, and I kind of look and it's like, oh, it's linking up. That's not really linking up. It might link up with... No, it's not linking up with...
No, it's just
with Ash in Blood either.
Yeah.
But it's not on the... No, it's not on the book.
I think the Realm of Ash and Blood, the vinyl, it spreads out, so to say. Yeah. I remember the CD does that too.
Yeah, I just thought I need to get the CD because my mate Simon also bought your CD as well. And it's like, well, I need to get it. Because I got that, because I got your album, Mournful Conjugation and Cerebral Rot. Well.
Straight from the label?
Straight from the label.
Yeah, that's good.
But before that, it was the two mold albums that were already on there.
Oh, they're so good.
And Coffins.
Yeah.
Not their new album, one of the older albums.
20 Bucks Spin is a insane label. It's like only good releases. It's insane how good of a track record they have. So
yeah, it's amazing because all these bands on. It's like, well, we're gonna get Solothus on here and release your stuff, and it's turned out really well, I guessing from your latest release.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this artwork is dark.
What did they say?
Some 20 Bucks Spin.
Yeah.
Because because you joined this label and it looks like it's gone really well because you haven't left yet.
No, we're gonna release our fourth album too through 20 Bucks Spin. So it's gonna be we are really happy with how David has been taking care of things with us. Like,
yeah, that's good.
You know,
you need a label that looks after you.
How a label should work.
Yeah, you need a label that looks after you as well.
And it's a perfect match, in my opinion. Like, we had a couple of labels in mind, like who we would like to release our album. And 20 Bucks Spin was the first choice for us. And, we got lucky. He really was into we sent like 4 demo songs of the songs on the Realm of Ash and Blood that we had recorded live at the rehearsal place. And he really liked them. And, rest is history.
Rest is history.
Yeah.
No, I love 20 Bucks Spin because it's got a mix of death metal, doom, and
and it's like the traditional doom, death metal, and death doom.
It's just that's what I was like. Well, I'm sticking with this label for now for that sort of stuff. Anyway, if I'm going to go for brutal death or gore grind or something, I'll go with a different label because I don't see a lot of gore grind on 20 Bucks Spin, which is all right with me because the sort of stuff you bring out. And all the other bands have brought out is what I like. I like this really heavy, slow, and then sometimes upbeat sort of stuff.
Yeah, there is some more trashy stuff too over there. Like there is one Finnish crossover hardcore band that's signed to 20 Bucks Spin. So I think he mentioned at one point that he only has everything else is American, like bands that he has signed, but he has one Portuguese band and was it 4 or 5 Finnish bands. And everything else is not from Europe. So we're, part of something.
Yeah, well, you want a good label. And I'll be like this. Just look at 20 Bucks Spin. Solothus' new album's out. Cool, I'm getting it. Or get it from them whenever they play the UK again. What beer are you drinking?
It's Iki Urso. It's like this brewery called Heasy, who makes these beers about like they're often like leaning into Finnish mythology. So this year is Imperial Stout. I think it was like barrel aged.
I had a barrel aged stout as well.
Ile barrel aged.
Well, I got a pale ale from Siren. That's the name of the brewery, and it's called Ulu or whatever the hell it is. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty much only into stouts and porters. I'm not that. Those are the only beers I like. Yeah, I love
stout. I bought an Irish cream stout from the pub here called the Griffin, where you guys played as well.
So cool place.
And he's doing a lot of deliveries as well. And I thought, Irish cream stout, I'll get that. Pale ale, I'll get that as well. In jerry cans. So, speaking of which, jerry can. And if he's like, have you got any empties? He's like, I've got empty water bottles. I'll just stick them in there and I can keep them.
That's a bit of a, might look a bit hobo.
I'll be like this.
Yeah.
It's like, this man's a bum with his long hair. I'm not a bum. I'm not a bum, you're a bum. I listen to metal, we're not bums unless you treat us like bums. The only time I think we act like that is at festivals. We just act nuts and just drink loads and loads and loads. And especially me at outdoor festivals. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna not drink a lot. 10 beers later, I've just messed my life up. But I'm at a festival, so it's okay.
Yeah, you can just go to your bed and pass out stuff.
Yeah, festival's like, oh, I'll just go to my tent. Wake up like 6 hours later. Right, I'm starting again.
Yeah, it's amazing how much energy you got at the festival to drink beer.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point now where it's like, yeah, I got energy to drink beer, but other times when it's like at a bigger festival like Download, you got to walk like miles upon miles. It feels like forever you get into the main arena.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I got no energy to do anything. I'm not going to get in the pit now. No, my knees hurt. Let's on this. My legs hurt. My knees hurt. Both my feet are on fire, and I'm just aching. I'm 28. I shouldn't be feeling this way.
Everything hurts.
Everything just. I'm getting to that point where everyone's like, no, I've got to do VIP camping next time.
Yeah, I'm not that into like big festivals anymore. I prefer smaller gigs and smaller venues.
Yeah, I like a lot of smaller gigs, but I also like going to bigger festivals like Bloodstock. Obviously, I love going there because it's not a far walk to get to the main arena. It's like no matter where you're camped, it's like a 5-minute walk, really. No matter where you're camped, it's like 5 minutes, or if you're really hungover, it might take longer. I'll be there in 10 minutes. That was 20 minutes ago.
I passed out somewhere along the way.
I think someone did that.
Most likely.
That was at a different festival. It was in Slovakia. It's more like gore, grind, brutal death. Called them Flesh Party Open Air. And there was one guy just passed out when there was bands on. He was just laid out like this. And then there's a video of him crawling back to the campsite because everything was just close by. It was like this small little water park bar water park sort of thing. I have to find pictures, but he was just like, "I can't do this." And I thought I got to take a picture of this. Now you're immortalised in the picture. You're not going to. He was wankered. Because as well as being in Solothus, I'm going to keep showing his album because people need to know who you are.
And that's a cool album cover.
And it's a cool album cover. It's one of my favourites. One of my favourite albums of this year.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have to say. Well, I don't have to say. I want to say it because it's true. You're also in Sepulchral Curse and Yawning Void. Now, which band did you join which before which? Yawning Void or Sepulchral Curse?
Sepulchral Curse was formed in 2013. Like me and the guitarist Jaakko, we had a huge urge to play like primitive old school death metal, and like we knew a couple of dudes who we wanted to join the band, and we kind of Jaakko had some songs ready, which turned out to be the first demo or EP, and then we asked Tommy and Niilas to join in drums and bass, and rest is history. But our first EP is really crude and raw death metal, but then also Tommy started to write songs, and it started like the sound started to evolve a lot from what the first EP is, and into more really having more black metal things to it, and like really taking off, so to say. And then it came clear that it wouldn't work with just one guitarist, so we took Allo, our second guitarist, too, and we've been on that road ever since. And it's been a bit over a month, and we'll be releasing our debut album with Sepulchral Curse.
Yeah, I've been listening to it on YouTube from Transcending Obscurity Records, and bloody hell, it's amazing death metal. I'm just like, wow, this is dark.
Yeah,
and the label's great as well because you're on the label. The Drowning's on the label, who played the Griffin gig with Solothus.
Oh, I don't remember. I didn't remember who were playing there, but
yeah, they were one of the support bands because you had Live Burial on tour with you.
Yeah.
Because you're really good friends with them. They're also on that label.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other bands on that label. Rogo's on that label. Rogo's been in a lot of bands over the years.
There's Master, Poema Arcanus.
There's on there as well.
Revolution from Finland is on the label, and a lot of up and coming bands.
Yeah, there's a lot of death metal, death doom, doom metal, or sometimes atmospheric sludge doom or whatever.
Yeah, and some black metal even.
Some black metal is. It's like, cool, I'll go to this label. And also, my mate Johnny Peterson, I think I said his last name wrong, Johnny from Henry Kane and Syndrome and Ash Cloud and
100 other bands.
100 other bands because he's just too talented. He's done stuff with Cam Lee. He's done stuff with David Ingram from Benediction.
Yeah.
He's just done things over and thinking, I want to do stuff with these guys. But I'll sort myself out first and then they can make their own minds up. Unless they're busy. Unless they're busy with stuff. It's like, no, we're busy. Oh, fine. Because you got, like, if there's a big tour, it's like, I'll let you, you crack on with the tour or whatever. But we can't tour at the moment because of this stupid pandemic.
Yeah.
What have you been doing to keep yourself occupied?
Well, a lot of work. I think my work days has been 1 or 2 hours longer now that I've been working from home. So.
What do you do?
I'm working as the key account manager for Hydalite, which is these light LED light fixtures for all kinds of different places. But the mother company is called OEM. There's actually one office even in England too. OEM is like from England to China and everywhere in between, like automation, electric stuff.
Never heard of the company. I might have heard of the company. I just don't pay attention. But yeah, I was expecting to do like a sort of like maintenance, physical sort of job, but doing that, okay, it's a big guy like you doing that. It's like on stage, like, and it's like, can I help you with your lights?
Well, you need to be good in talking in sales. So that's how I ended up. Originally I'm an electrician, so I used to be a construction yard.
Yeah, I do a lot of gardening. I used to work on a farm from 2017 to 2018, and it's very physical. Not only do I have to dig up like plants or replant, but I have to feed the animals. I have to chop some wood because people want wood for like the wood stoves, because some people still have wood stoves.
Yeah.
And deliver the wood after chopping the wood. I think one day I was chopping wood, it was trying to snow. 3 years ago it tried to snow when I was at the farm, and I was like, oh cool, a little bit of snow, and then it just stopped. Fine, just go to places that have it all the time. Norway, Sweden, Finland, New York gets it a lot. Certain places in Europe get it a lot, and never. Sometimes in Bristol, a lot of the time up in Scotland, obviously, because they're way, way closer than we are to you guys.
I've heard that when in England it starts to snow, the whole country goes insane. Because you don't necessarily have the equipment to get rid of the snow when it gets on the roads and stuff.
Well, we got the salt, like the road salt, to try and melt it, but half the time I don't think that even works. And there's been times where gigs have been cancelled because it was like really snowing. Like 1 year, some gigs got cancelled. My mates were meant to go to Netherlands Death Fest, and it was snowing bad, and the airports were closed and they couldn't go.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, oof. And then one time, and that time it snowed. Aeon were playing an old venue here called the Croft. Now it's called the Crofters' Rights. And there was still snow on the ground, but it was fine enough for the gig to go on. So I got to see Aeon in this small little venue. Not a bit bigger than the Griffin's size, but in terms of stage, but
Yeah. But the Griffin, it was a perfect venue. So maybe
it's my favorite
the
pub.
area was a bit small, but it was so cool. Like many levels, if I remember correctly. Like really
downstairs.
Like, and it was in that corner, like
downstairs stage area, and then where John, the owner, lives.
It's really cool. I remember being very, very drunk at the first gig of the tour, and
that's what happens.
Yeah, we were really, really enthusiastic and happy to be there, and that happens often.
What happens when you go to the Griff? Yeah. Usually when I go there, I'm like, I get really drunk, and then other times I'm like, you know what, I better go home. And then it's New Year's Eve or something, because New Year's Eve last year, I didn't go to the Griffin straight away, because usually I go to the Griffin for New Year's Eve. No, I went to my mate's pub called the Gloucester Old Spot, which is more like a pub/restaurant, to see my mate, because he was working that night. And Coles had a chat for a bit, and during it, because I thought, well, I'm going to be drinking a lot more when I get to the Griffin, so I better get myself a coffee or something. And I went, are you drinking a flat white? Yeah, you disgust me, and walks off.
You disgraced.
You disgrace this place. It's like, look, I'm going to be drinking a lot more at the Griffin, so I need something to settle my stomach before I go. I mean, I could have just went, can I have a coffee first, and then can I have a beer after? But no, it's just no. I don't think I'm going to do that again. I'll probably just drink a big cup of coffee at a cafe, and then I'll probably just do the same thing this year when it's all calmed down. Just go to the Gloucester Old Spot and then the Griffin, and then hopefully not get back home at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
You have a good aim.
It was a good evening. Well, I had to break up a fight between some idiots because they were having a go at this woman who supposedly said something to them, but long story short, it got sorted, they buggered off. But my adrenaline was pumping, I was just like, someone get me a drink. Oh, it was fine after that. There's no gig on it, was just go there.
Yeah.
I remember the last gig I went to. Oh, no, wait, it might have been Devin Townsend, the last gig I went to.
Oh, I think for me it was Finfest, I think.
Well, yeah, last year would have been Devin.
Yeah.
My last gig this year was, last big gig was Testament.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were touring when the teams started acting up.
Yeah, because they were doing the tour and then got back, and then half of them got ill.
Yeah.
I was like,
the last gig should have been like we were supposed to be playing in Yawning with Solothus, but that got canned. Well, we couldn't go there, but it was not because of Corona. It was like my wife getting sick, and we could not get anyone to take care of the boy, so we had to, keep that one out.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been a dad for?
9.5 months now.
9.5 months.
He's growing up so damn fast.
Yeah, I was thinking because I did a live stream about FinFest, and I said, "Oh, do you want to join in?" He's like, "Oh, I got to look after my son." I was like, "He's a dad." When did this happen? He's a death metal, but he's a death metal vocalist, and he's a dad as well. So, he must play music to his son, that sort of stuff. Maybe not.
Well, yeah, I hope my son will take up into some sort of music instrument. Hopefully something for him to be passionate about. It doesn't matter if it's
metal, rock.
No, it doesn't even have to be music. Just some sort of passion.
Just something.
Yeah.
If it's, I don't know, archery or
just something,
go-kart racing or something. Something he's passionate about is fine. Doesn't necessarily, like you said, doesn't have to be music.
No, but of course I hope it would be music because I have gotten so much from music. So of course I would hope him to to be able to experience similar stuff as I have. Get good friends, and meet people through music. That's always
that's the good thing about it. It's good about when you're in a band and you start touring, you meet new people.
Yeah.
Because I didn't chat to you when you played Eradication, but I chatted to you, here.
Yeah.
Because I told you, oh yeah, I saw you at Eradication Fest, and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I added you on Facebook and said, now we're friends.
Yeah, I remember we were in the drinking area.
Yeah, it was in the garage.
Yeah.
And then, because I saw you, because I met up with my mate Sam, and then we saw you outside the venue. It wasn't open yet, but it was pissing down with rain.
Yeah.
I was like, let us in, please.
Oh yeah, I remember it. Yeah, we were. You know, it was the.
It was the last day of FinFest as well.
Yeah, last day. Yeah. That day we were playing with Sepulchral Curse. Yeah.
Yeah. I did catch you guys.
Yeah, it was stressful, and I it's kind of now I haven't played a set with like festival or somewhere with two different bands, but it was kind of when you're tour, your mood is into that one band. We're playing that set every night. It doesn't bother, but
yeah, because it looked like
it was like Saturday Solothus, Sunday Sepulchral Curse, so the mindset had to change between, and I found it was like rather taxing, so to say.
You're doing two sets, 2 different days.
Yeah.
And even your bass player from Solothus was playing in another band.
Yeah, and our guitarist from Solothus, he also plays in Sepulchral Curse, so he had to play 2 sets too.
Oh god. I was just like, because when Sepulchral Curse came on, I was upstairs looking at the merch. It came down and I saw you on stage, and I was like, is this guy not taking a break?
One of the sound guys also asked me, like, are you singing in every fucking band?
Are you in every single band? It's like, yeah. No, I'm only in 3, but there's only 2 playing.
It was a epic festival. I
loved it. I was going to go because Demolit were playing again, because I saw them play London 2 years ago. I saw Convulse at Netherlands Death Fest 2 in 2017. And then I saw Pertinence the first time at OEF, Opposite Extreme, in 2017. Yeah. So I got to see 2 Finnish bands that year.
I don't know if there was a single band that I had not seen before.
I'm pretty sure you've seen every band there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're probably all close and
it felt like a school trip, because the hostel where we were staying, everyone was staying, well, almost everyone was staying at the same hostel, and it was crazy, like, passed out Finnish dudes in every fucking toilet there was.
Just like oh, gotta go to the toilet.
Yeah, I remember I woke up like Monday night to go for a piss, and every toilet I tried, there was someone passed out in front of the door. So I think I ended up going in the women's bathroom, because everything else was occupied by drunken Finnish people.
Yeah, I do have to say, you guys do like your beers.
Yeah,
you do like to drink. That's not a bad thing. It might be a bad thing if you drink all the time, but you're on tour, you're playing this big festival, it's fine.
I think it's quite often that after the gig, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, because I caught a lot of great bands there, because I saw who is it? Sadistic Forest.
Yeah.
Because the one my mate was with me said, that was the bass player from Hooded Menace. I was like, really?
Yeah, he used to sing and play bass.
I saw his face clearly afterwards. I was like, it is him.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. Marcus, the
I was speaking to him.
Of Sadistic Forest.
Yeah, I was speaking to him because I think the singer from, it's a Spanish death metal band. I'm trying to remember their name now, but he was there. I can't remember his name, but he was chatting to him, and then I said, did you used to be in Hooded Menace? And he's like, yes, I did. I was like, cool. I love Hooded Menace. Because I saw him in Hooded Menace when he was still in Hooded Menace in Netherlands Death Fest 2. And I thought, oh, he's still going to be doing vocals, but they got a new vocalist, and I don't know who that is. But
it's the dude who plays drums and sings in Horse Latitudes.
Okay.
He worked pretty fine.
I checked that band out, but
yeah, we were touring with Coffins and Hooded Menace in 2012, I think. And then they had the first live lineup. It was Ola from Death Toll 80K.
I know Death Toll 80K, yeah.
It's a fucking brilliant grindcore band, and I think that was like really cool. Like that fit so well the sound of Hooded Menace. So sadly, he doesn't sing Hooded Menace anymore.
Yeah, Hooded Menace is amazing. I want to see him play again. Hopefully, they come to the UK at some point again, because I missed them the other times they came to the UK because they played Doom over London one year, and I missed that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And
well, they were supposed to tour with Druid Lord, but I don't know where they're supposed to be a English show.
I don't know.
I don't remember
anything from Hooded Menace. I've heard nothing Hooded Menace related tour related news yet. Hopefully there is.
Yeah, they were supposed to do a tour, but it got, of course, cancelled. But I think they're now taking things rather chilled and trying to get their new album made.
Yeah, so that probably makes sense for why they weren't at FilmFest.
Oh.
I thought, it's like, well, it's FilmFest. Hooded Menace should be here, right? They're not here.
Well, you probably just need to wait 2 years and.
Gotta wait, 2 years now until their next album's out. Or when they decide, you know what, we're going to play a gig.
I wonder, there's probably going to be more FilmFest because there's still plenty of bands not playing in.
Well, yeah, we got the Swedish Invasion next year, which is the sequel to this.
Yeah.
This time isn't like before, like it's all Swedish bands, and the last one was all Finnish bands. And I like how two bands said, "We are this band from Finland." It's like, you're all from Finland. You're from different parts of Finland.
Yeah,
you're all from Finland. Like, we are from Finland.
There was one band that was, local, but even their singer was, originally from Finland.
Like, we are from Finland. Yes, we're from Finland. We're also from Finland. Don't keep saying you're from Finland. We all know you're from Finland. It's called FilmFest for a reason.
Let's see how the Swedish fest will go.
Yeah,
are they all from?
Just be like, we are Dismember from Sweden. Yeah, I know. I saw you at Scandinavia Death Fest in 2019.
Were you there? Scandinavia?
Yeah, it was great because I saw Rotten Sound as well.
I was there too, but we didn't cross paths there.
Oh. If I knew you were there, I'd be like, hey, Solothus guy.
Really?
Well, if I knew you were there, I would be like, oh, cool.
You should come and chat with me.
Next time when Scandinavia Death Fest happens again.
Yeah.
If it happens again, hopefully it does. Because it's my first time in Sweden.
Yeah, and I think the lineup could have been better, but Dismember got me there.
That's the reason I bought my ticket.
Yeah.
Because I was meant to get a tattoo, but I couldn't find the tattoo studio, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to get frustrated. So went messaged my mate who was going to do it, saying, look, we organise it for another time. And then looked on my phone. I just had my phone hit it, like that's on my phone. And saw like, Dismember has reformed with all original members. They are playing Scandinavia Death Fest. Must buy a ticket.
Yeah.
So I got back, put some of my money back into my account, went back home, and then bought my ticket. That's what happened. So I was like, Dismember's playing. Who else is playing? Benediction with David Ingram.
Yeah. And then there was Undergong playing and Sorcery. I really like Sorcery. That's a cool
Sorcery,
band.
yeah, that was a great set. Intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Intimate. Yeah, Intimate. Yeah, I keep thinking it's said differently, but I don't know. Yeah, Intimate, and who else was there? With Pikulu, who also played this.
Yeah. Portenance played there. Also a different band. Killer band.
Unanimated, that's who I was trying to remember.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Unanimated, General Surgery on the second stage. I took more pictures on the main stage than I did the second stage. I was like, well, I want to wander around and have a look. If there's a band, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll check them out for a bit, or just go wander the freaking merch store or whatever. And I bumped into a mate of mine who used to be in a band here called Repulsive Vision.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not Repulsive Vision. No, Repulsive. They were just called Repulsive. Repulsive Vision's still going. I have to correct myself now. Repulsive Vision is still going. Repulsive, they're not going. Yeah, sorry. I'm getting the bands mixed up because I was just like, what? No. That's my mate Matt, who's in Repulsive Vision, who was also at Filmfest. And my mate Elliot was in a band called Repulsive. And I saw him there and I thought, oh, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, I just got a ticket and came. It's like, cool. Now I've got to go to a festival in Finland or gig in Finland. When this is all gone, when this is all calmed down.
Yeah. We're going to... what did you ask? I didn't hear it.
Well, because I've gone to Scandinavia Death Fest in Sweden. Now I need to do something in Finland.
Yeah, we have a Helsinki Death Fest. That's like...
Yeah, I've got to try and do that.
fifth time this year, and if it's going to happen, we're going to play there with Solothus. If it's going to happen. I'm not quite sure. It's still uncertainty. But I think that's the prime jewel of Finland when it comes to festivals. And, it's the God Disease dudes, Ile, the singer and the bassist, I think. Yeah, bassist from God Disease were part of organizing it. But that's they have really killer lineups, and that's a good thing for Finnish death metal that there's actually one festival really dedicated to, Finnish death metal and death metal overall.
And death metal.
Like I mentioned, there's plenty of black metal festivals.
Well, yeah, I like black metal, I like thrash metal, doom metal, but overall, my favourite is death metal.
Yeah, it's good that there is, people organizing all kind of, all festivals. I don't mind, there's a lot of killer black metal bands, but it's just, doom metal and death metal. That's the thing for me. Always been.
There you go. Me, it's death metal and folk metal and doom metal with death metal and just really heavy stuff.
When you decide to come to Helsinki, you should come when the Helsinki Death Fest is. That's
I'll have to let
really brilliant festival.
I have to let my mate know. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to Helsinki Death Fest. Can I stay at yours?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, sure, we would take that room, but we'll probably be busy doing other stuff. That's fine. I'm going to be at the festival bloody day. I got mates who are in bands here. It's fine.
Yeah, you will probably not be alone.
Won't be alone. I'll probably ask my mate Alex, who is in the folk metal band that I'm in, if he wants to come. It's like, let's go to Helsinki Death Fest. Like, if he's like, nah, I'm busy with work. I know work's important, but come on, take a break. Obviously you got to book off, leave and days offs and everything else. So it can be complicated sometimes if you're doing a show. You're in a band, it's like, oh yeah, I got to book time off work because I'm doing a tour. Bit of a problem. But I'm doing a tour with just think of a big band like Asphyx. If you're going on tour with Asphyx and you had to take time off of work.
Yeah, it's at certain age, and when the band is certain size or something, you just need to juggle between family, work, and music. So
yeah,
just
got to try and juggle it. You got to try and
you
have
need
enough time for family
those
and then
vacation days
work
for
and band stuff. You got to have enough. You got to have enough of a 50-50 sort of thing. Or if it's three things, 50-50-50. I don't know. So it's family time today. No, it's work now.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's a tour going on. But I got to do some work and family stuff first. And so, who's the first band you ever saw live?
The first festival I went to was Sauna Open Air, like this big festival in Tampere. The first bands I saw were Kotipelto, like the solo band of the singer from Stratovarius, and Dio. Dio was playing there too.
Oh, you got to see Dio? Oh, I'm so jealous.
But if I think about the first gig, like gig I went to, like small venue, it was in Turku. It was Reverend Bizarre, Spiritus Mortis, and Minotauri that were playing. So I feel rather lucky that I got to see Reverend Bizarre, because the thing was that I lived in the small town of Parainen, and I didn't know that many people who were into metal, so it wasn't that easy to go to big city and go and see gigs back then.
No, I didn't start going to a lot of gigs until I was a bit older. Like, first festival I went to was Download because Slayer were playing.
Yeah.
And when I was really into them at the time, Slipknot.
Yeah.
At the time, I still kind of like them from time to time. If it's nostalgic, I'm like, I'll go all nostalgic and go back to some bands I used to listen to quite a lot. So I'll go back to Slipknot, Korn, Deftones, and stuff like that. But really, it's this. Band's on my battle jacket, and the Solothus patch is on that jacket.
Oh.
Of which I'll actually bet I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Because first time I've actually left a Zoom chat. Crying out loud. Where is it? There it is.
It's on the prime place.
Yeah, you're at the top of all top seat.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, it's got Morbid Angel there as well.
Nice. And bolt thrower.
And bolt thrower, of course. Got to have some bolt thrower.
Yeah.
Carbonized. Necrophobic. Asphyx, because I was trying to think of a band that Solothus can go on tour with.
Yeah, and Dismember underneath.
And Devilic.
Yeah.
And Amorphous' old logo.
Yeah.
Bloodbath, Nocturnus. Oh yeah, I didn't show the rest of it. Benediction, Carnage, Demigod, and Cancer. You can't go wrong.
Nice.
Let me just throw that over there because I still got to do some more sewing to it. Okay, it didn't go flat. Still because I still got Ripicular Impertinence to sew on. Because the Ripicular one's the logo one, and it's going to be a bit hard to sew on, so I might have to, I don't know, glue it on or something. But I'll try and sew it. I'll stab my fingers a bunch of times, but I'll get more calluses from it, I guess. And
it's cool.
Yeah, there's also talk about the other band you're in as well, Yawning Void.
Yeah.
Where that going? Are they still going? Are you still doing stuff?
Yeah. Yawning Void. It's the solo band of the drummer Sepulchral Kurt Tommy. He had this idea of like creating more doom metal band, and he was supposed to play everything himself, and so to say. But then he asked me to sing, and the guitarist of Solothus Veli to play guitar for Yawning Void, and then we asked Iiro from Beast and a bunch of other bands to play bass. So it kind of evolved from solo band into an actual band.
Yeah.
But since we're all kind of busy with our main band, it's not a side project, but it's like going much slower pace. We already have like an EP written and our second album written, but only need to start recording it and rehearsing it. We also added Allu from Solothus and Sepulchral Curse to second guitar, and Tommy actually changed from playing drums to playing keyboards, and we got this cool friend of ours called Johannes to play drums. So now it's a big band.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's really cool to do something totally different, like vocal wise, because it's so much leaning on black metal on the vocal approach at least. But I try to do all kind of stuff there. Yeah,
because you do all sorts of vocals. Because in Solothus it's more the low.
Yeah, I love to do those. Those are my.
On Betrayer, you do that sort of shouty sort of.
No, that's our old guitarist Sami doing that.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Yeah, he does the backing vocals on that.
Okay, because I thought it was you doing that as well. Because it was like, okay, because when I heard those shouting bits, it sort of reminded me a bit of Godflesh a little bit. Just a little bit. Like when you hear Justin Baldrick do his vocals on like Street Cleaner, when he's like shouting ones, it sort of reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall, that's like
it's on the
only Godflesh like reference.
The third album that's all vocals done by me. Like there is some more screaming stuff there too, and more some shouted stuff too, but more varied. I think I took that from Yawning Void and Sepulchral Curse, because there I try a lot more different vocal styles. So I added that a bit into Solothus too.
Yes, because Sepulchral Curse, you still do the death metal vocals, but
our drummers
are not as low as in Solothus.
Yeah, well
they are, but
a bit.
Not overly low.
You will be amazed when you hear the debut album.
Well, I can't wait for that, and to see you at Eradication Fest next year.
That's
with
gonna be
with Undergain as well playing.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
yeah,
I can't wait for this.
And we're playing the same day as Undergang, I think.
Well, that's good then. That'll be great.
I'm not sure. We might be playing London on Friday and then come to Saturday for Eradication, but it's not yet 100% certain. I was hoping to play like Friday with Decrepit in London. I hope that would be happening, because that's a killer band, but I don't know if it happens. Yeah, it's still question.
It's all up in the air at the moment for gigs, because no one can do touring, no one can do any gigs. I don't think many bands are getting together and rehearsing like in the same room. Has that been difficult?
Well, we first took a break from rehearsing because there was like a moment when people couldn't travel to Helsinki area, like it was blocked. But when that got lifted, we started rehearsing again with Solothus, because like 2 guys from Solothus live in Helsinki and 3 of us live in Turku, so we kind of rehearse almost in the middle. Well, not quite, more closer to Helsinki, but we started rehearsing with Solothus. We have had 2 or 3 rehearsals, and then after that we started rehearsing with Sepulchral Curse too. So here it's starting to be quite normal. Like yesterday when I was in the pub for a couple of drinks, it was completely packed. Like no fear of any epidemic, it seemed. So, but it's so that they can't sell alcohol after 10 o'clock. So so all the pubs close at 11. So that's kind of
that's what they do in Sweden as well. It's like they open at whatever time and then they stop serving at 11.
Yeah,
and then the off licenses are open from like 10 in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening. And it's like, well, at least they got it right, so it stops everyone from drinking too much, which is good. Because here we sometimes we're open to like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and people are still damn drinking. And then when you go to a house party or something, you're drinking again.
Here bars are open till 4 or 5.
Sometimes it depends on the
the place.
New Year's Eve or something, then it'll be open a lot longer.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we do lock-in sessions where you're locked in the pub and you don't go home until you want to. Which I've been in like a couple of them, but we don't know what's happening with the UK pubs or cafes, because I was watching a video last night about what pubs and restaurants are going to do. Like, because you know how in restaurants you got tables and sometimes they're all close to each other. They might be separating a lot of them, so it's still going to be like the 2 meter thing.
Yeah, that will be the end of many pubs.
That'll be the end of many pubs and restaurants. Well, especially like for gig venues. How are you going to do that? You go to a gig, you got to be 2 meters apart.
Yeah.
How's that going to work? You can't do that.
Nah, it's not possible.
It's not possible to have a social distance mosh pit. What the hell's that?
Everyone has a hula hoop or something around them.
Or those giant inflatable balls that you can get into, and you just go whoa, and or just get some inflatable bats and hit each other with them. That's a social distance mosh pit. So I'm getting my anger out because I hate how this is going about things. Just like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
I hope it will.
I don't think it's gonna work.
I hope it will be ending soon. At least there are gigs being planned for autumn already in Finland. So I hope it's gonna be over soon.
Well, let's hope at least, because there's a lot of people getting annoyed being stuck indoors. It's those that still go out and work, the essential workers like hospital workers, care workers, the postmen and farmers, and well, my mate who I mentioned works at the Costa Old Spot. That's where he works, and he hasn't been at work for a long time because all the pubs have been closed. His pub's been closed.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been going into work.
Yeah.
And I got to chat to him like end of March, like late March, early April, just to see how he was. He's like, just thought I'd give you a call just to check I'm not dead yet. Yeah. I don't want him
not
dead
yet.
I don't want him dead yet. There's been times where he's gotten so drunk he's almost died. So I've got the last picture on my download 2013 slide is him just passed out in our mate's tent. So it's like, but he's grown up a lot since then, so to speak. We haven't grown up. He's been married for a year, and I'm thinking, well, he's going to grow up a bit more then. And at some point, he's like, oh, we're going to have kids. Okay. Okay, you can't blood stop then? No. Damn.
Luckily, kids is not the end of the world. You can still go to play festivals.
Oh, yeah, you can still take them to gigs and festivals. I see a lot of parents take their kids to Bloodstock and everything, so it's all good.
Yeah, of course, it's not the end of your life. Your life just takes another form, so to say.
Yeah, it's like you got to look after yourself, but you got to look after your wife, your children as well when you're at a festival.
Yeah,
and just think about yourself.
Yeah, you need to have your own things too, like besides family and work.
Yeah.
Certain.
Yeah, because when I'm at festivals, I've got to make sure my mates are safe as well. So I'm at Download, we've all just gone off to see different bands. I'm like, I hope they're fine. I hope they can find me. I hope we can find each other somewhere. Let's think of it. Really, if you're at a festival, you should tell your friends, all right, we'll meet at this bar here at in 20 minutes after we've seen a band and we split up. It's like, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Might as well, and see where it goes.
Yeah. Or meet at the camp.
Meet at the camp.
Yeah.
Well, for Download, it's like, oh yeah, let's meet at the camp. It's too far away. Yeah, stupid. Let's meet at the bar. At Bloodstock, it's like, oh, let's meet at the Jaeger stage. Okay then, we'll meet at the Jaeger stage. Or I'll just meet you back at camp. Yeah, just meet us back at camp. Cool.
Yeah.
Because there's always been that time where you go to a festival or you go to a gig and you get separated somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it always happens. Someone goes to see some band and the other one goes to get beer, and then you're like, hold on, where the fuck did one go?
I told my mates when I saw Gojira last year at the Birmingham O2, I was like, oh yeah, I'm by the toilets. No, I'm in the main bit now. I was like, oh, you're by the toilets, is it? And it was freaking hot in there because it was dead on summer, so it's June basically, dead on bloody summer, and it's just warm in that venue, and the air conditioning was on, but it wasn't doing anything. It's crap. It was crap.
Oh.
It's just silly. So everything's going good with your bands then, and your own life, and
it's surprisingly like now. Usually it goes like Solothus releases album, we play gigs. Sepulchral releases something, we play it. Usually it's like taking turns, but now both bands are releasing albums at the couple of months in between. So let's see how hectic it will be at the end of the year. Probably not too hectic if we can't play any gigs, but
because I got a feeling when people go to a gig, they're all going to start crying because they're like, well, I missed this so much.
Yeah,
I know I'm going to start crying.
Yeah, I hope people will appreciate gigs more now. When they have been taken away. You need to remember, because there has been issue of not enough people going to gigs anymore in Finland. Like in Helsinki, you get a good amount, but other towns, it's kind of starting to go a bit shaky with people attending gigs. So I hope now people will be, remembering like, oh, this would be like without anyone organizing anything.
Yeah. A lot of gigs here are facing closing because there's nothing going on. Because all these venues rely on people going to gigs, buying, a beer or soft drink or whatever, like pay on the door for the gig or whatever, and expecting like the sales from that to keep them open, and they can't do that at the moment because there's, like I said, we're all stuck indoors, can't really do much. Well, if you're all going to go out and you're going to go on public transport, especially here, you got to wear face protection when you're on there. Me, I'll be in a full hazmat suit. It's like, are you paying card?
Yeah.
I just put it like this. Shut up and leave me alone.
You haven't gone all gore grind yet with the gas mask and stuff.
Oh, not yet. Well, I got a gore grind band sorting out. I need to sort out with my mate Simon. So we've got a name and we're thinking of songs, and we've got song names. We just haven't written any riffs or anything. But I'm going to do all the music for now. Not the drums, because I haven't got a drum kit. But just record the guitar and bass and all that, and just send it over. So I was like, can you think of a drum bit? It's like, a lot of gorgon seems to be very groovy.
That's how the magic happens.
That's how it happens. So, apart from having this album out already, I know you got a new one in the works. You said you got a new one in the works. And, well, speaking of which, there's a book which doesn't have the artwork on it.
No.
It's just like, okay. And I thought there was going to be a band picture, but the only band picture is that one.
Yeah, it's the small pictures there.
Just the small pictures. So if people want to find this album, go out and $20 spin. I kept calling it $20 spin, but it's not $20 spin, it's $20 spin. I'm an idiot. I've been trying to look for your very first album as well, and I don't know where to find it.
I guess, I don't know, some might be
people want to know where to find it.
I'm not sure. I think the label has been out of it. Memento Mori has been, sold out of it for a long time already. I think some distros still might have it somewhere, but I guess it's a bit limited. Like Dementia Records, who released No King Reigns Eternal, they were supposed to do a vinyl version of Summon from the Void, but that never happened for some reason, or label calling it quits or something. So,
it's just stupid.
So now it's kind of in a limbo.
I got these two at least.
Yeah.
I got these
two.
Well,
they are a bit better than the debut album anyway.
Well, I think I've heard one song from the debut, but I think that's about it. But really, if people want to find these two, well, this one I just said $20 spin. Where could you find this one?
I think Hammerheart Records has that one. At least the vinyl, they have plenty of that left.
Well, as long as there's vinyl.
Yeah, there's always vinyl.
Gotta be vinyl. And is there any bands you haven't played with yet that you would love to play with? So where would you go with them? Like what countries? And
my one band that I would really love to play is Temple of Void from America. That's the band that
they're awesome. I've checked them out very
I got
recently.
to play with so many bands that I love already. Like when the beginning of the band, when we formed Solothus, I was like, we would really want to play with Coffins and Hooded Menace, because those were our bands that we were really into when we formed Solothus way back time. It was like Autopsy, Coffins, Hooded Menace, and all kinds of that stuff. And when we released our demo, it only took like a half a year or something, and then we were asked if we wanted to tour with Coffins and Hooded Menace, and we were like, oh, well, fuck.
Yes.
Both of the bands we wanted to tour with. But yeah, Temple of Void, that's definitely a band
I checked them out very recently, and I was like, wow, these guys are really good.
Yeah, they released their album the same day as we. But yeah, I think it's just gonna be a matter of time until we've, been in talks with Brent of Temple of Void. So I hope it's, something will happen at some point.
Yeah, because I'll definitely come to that tour.
Yeah.
Even if I have to travel from Bristol to like London or go up to Leeds or whatever, I'll go. Or you're playing in Cardiff, I'm like, cool. Well, I can just get on the train to Cardiff.
Yeah, they are. That's probably my favorite album this year. But there already been so many cool albums. So, you never know.
Yeah, no.
But, I wonder if there's any other bands that I can't now think of anything. That was on my mind.
Well, as you said, one band, Temple of Void, because I checked him out and then I told my mate about him. My mate Simon, that is, when he was doing a live stream about his CD collection. I was like, "Oh, check out Temple of Void."
Yeah.
Because it's Death. I said it's Death Doom, and he's like, "Oh, Death Doom," because he likes Death Doom as well as gore grind and porno grind and death grind and brutal death and slamming death and
all kinds of death.
All kinds of death. Mainly the death. Me, it's death metal, Death Doom, Doom Death, gore grind, grindcore. Classic rock from time to time, because I still go back to Zeppelin and Queen, like the early Queen, like all the 70s stuff, because that was more classic rock, sometimes early metal stuff. And so yeah, never got to ask anyone else before James Metal Cat. What will you be doing after this lockdown? When the lockdown's fully calmed down, besides doing gigs and rehearsing and still working?
Well, we got a lot of different.
Any holidays?
Well, I'll start my vacation in July, but it's just gonna be taking things easy and chilled out. Not much planned because we don't know when this is gonna end, but hopefully we'll be putting our son to our grandparents so we can go out with my lovely wife at some point. But basically, not much planned. Only work and family time. I hope that we'll be able to play some gigs. I have some ideas for some gigs that I want to organize in Finland, but can't really do anything until we know how the future looks like.
Yeah, I'm always checking the internet for like when our pubs opening, when our gig venues opening, when our band's gonna be able to rehearse again, because I haven't rehearsed with Herbicidal since March. Not Herbicidal, sorry, Avantel since March. Herbicidal, we haven't been together as a band since October.
Oh, that's been active.
Well, we haven't been active as a band. We chat over Facebook and everything because we're sorting out some new music. I came up with a sort of, it was a stoner, doomy, sludgy sort of riff. But one bit sounds like a old, like sounds like a doom death riff in a way. And I'm doing a Funeral Doom project as well, and then which I'm listening to all sorts of different Funeral Doom bands that have like the slow melodic, like a melodic bit at the beginning or somewhere in between. Because you get the heavy bit, you get the melodic bit at the beginning, then you get like some heavy, just like an open note, like and then distortion part of the acoustic one. Once it's done, I'm actually gonna. Well, I need to get drums on it, I need to get bass on it, drums on it, maybe some keyboard on it, just for added effect. And it's what I love about Solothus. You're heavy, but you got all these very I'm trying to think of the word. Dark sounding effects, and the guitars when you do the acoustic bits, but the very atmospheric guitar bits is like, wow, it's just another added level of darkness, evilness, whatever the word may be.
Yeah, only know.
It's just because I'm always telling people about new bands, and obviously doing this metal chat and everything. Some people may not know who you guys are because they're all listening to bands already, and like, well, check out Solothus, Sepulchral, Live Burial, Temple Void, bands like that. Like, because everyone listens to either really fast stuff or the really like slamming stuff where it's like dun 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 dun, which I do like. Don't get me wrong, I do like that stuff, but more people didn't listen to stuff like, well, again, I'm acting like a broken record now. More slow, heavy stuff with some like bizarre, like dark melodic bits. Like on these two albums. I keep looking at the albums because they're right there. I'm gonna move them over to my bed now. Not on my bed now. Don't want to keep looking at them. Well, I can, but I got to put them back in my CD collection as well. Got to put them. Just go plunk.
Have you listened to the new Prophetus album from Finland?
No, I don't think I've heard that yet. No.
Yeah, they are like, I think they take what Skepticism did or does, and they have their own atmospheric thing around it. I think you really should check out Prophetus. That's like one of the best funeral doom bands from Finland ever.
Well, there's because that's what I like about doing these chats. I mention bands, and then you guys mention bands, which is good. I'll have to check them out because I checked out Skepticism this year. I'm going to check out these guys, and I got a bunch of bands for you to check out as well. So I'll send the link to. I've mentioned the same bands already, like Body Harvest, Separation, Embodiment, Crypt Worm.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is like Undergame.
Yeah, Crypt Worm. I think they released demo last year or something, or EP. And
I think it was an EP. I think they're working on that album. I'm not sure.
There's so many good bands coming from England. I don't know.
We try.
What's wrong with that country?
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, I love like Live Burial and Vasivus and all that kind of stuff.
Like I said, you've been on tour with Live Burial. How did that tour come around?
I think it started when we were first time playing in England. We played Manchester and Newcastle, and it was Uncoffined, Osterum, us, and Horrified. And the bassist of Lee was organizing the Newcastle gig or something like that, where I got to know him, and I really liked Live Burial already. They already released their first EP back then, and I really, really liked it. And from there, somehow it kind of like evolved, and we kind of chatted and told them like if they bring us to England, and we'll bring them to Finland, and that's pretty much how we got around. And
you've been friends ever since?
Yeah. They're one of I think they're one of the best death metal bands at the moment. Like,
yeah, they're really good bands. They're one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think they're doing their own thing. Like, at least to my ears, it's something very unique.
Yeah, because they got slow sort of like doomy parts, but they're more faster, thrashy sort of death metal.
Yeah.
Thrashy
and Jamie is an insane vocalist. Like, screaming his head off.
Just screaming his head off and not falling off the stage or getting into the audience, which I don't think he does that much. Yeah. But then there's Lee playing his bass, and because when they're doing the pre-show to FilmFest, he was just jiggling around and everything. I was like, what? What bassist does this in a death metal band? He's the only one.
He has his own unique style. But it's one of those bands you need to see live.
Oh, like, but he's like,
yeah. But one other band.
I was just watching him there. I was like,
yeah. One other band that some of those bands like you need to see live is Cryptic Brood from Germany. That's another like crazy good.
I'll check them out.
Yeah, you should check them out, and hopefully when they ever come to England, you got to see them live too. That's
there's a
really
bunch of bands I still need to see live. Like
it's like raw autopsy style death metal.
Oh, that's up my street.
Yeah, I think they have more like really fast stuff, and then really big doomy sections too.
That's basically Autopsy written all over.
Yeah.
Because I was meant to be seeing them this year for UK Death Fest, but now that's been moved to next year.
Yeah.
So I'll be seeing them next year instead, which is fine. I say fine, I'm actually fuming. Because Massacre's also on the same bill.
Oh yeah, and was this member there too? UK Death Fest?
I don't think so. No. Oh. No, they're doing Maryland Death Fest. I think they're doing
Netherlands
Death Fest as well, but that's been moved to Eindhoven, not Tilburg anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, you got the Autopsy.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got to see Dismember. I've got to see Grave and Demolite and Pertinence and Ripikulu and Unanimated, all those bands, like old school bands. Obviously, because all those bands were doing their stuff when I was just a wee little kid.
Yeah.
I'm a 90s kid, so a lot of this stuff was going on when I was just like, oh, well, too young to even know what the hell it even was. Yeah. And then finding out later on, it's like, oh, it's death metal, because I heard Cannibal Corpse and then Obituary, Suffocation, Morbid Angel. Then I found Incantation and Immolation, Mortician.
Yeah, when we were the age of finding bands, they had already, some of them had already done their best albums and already called it quits and stuff. So we had a load to search from, because many of the people from that era, they grew up with the band, so they were always on top of the new albums. So it was cool to try to search and find your new music to listen from the old.
Yeah, because I always try to find those old bands like Carbonize. I found them by like nearly complete accident, because I was watching a video on YouTube and they were on the video and they played a song. I was like, okay, let's check out Carbonized. And then I heard this song Recarbonized from the album for the Security. I was like, what the hell is this? And then I heard Nasm around the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because my mate now says, oh, yeah, you're more into the old school stuff, like the Scandinavia death metal. I was like, well, yeah, but obviously English death metal, American death metal, Finnish death metal, Danish death metal. Yeah. There are also Norwegian death metal bands, not very many nowadays. But, who else? German death metal bands and French death metal bands. I can go on.
Yeah, death metal comes from so many different places.
Austria, like Pungent Stench, Disharmonic Orchestra, and Disastrous Murmur, just to name three. I like the biggest, they're like the three. Well, I want to say three main Austrian bands, and there's Belphegor as well, which is more on the black death metal side, but still they're a big Austrian band.
They are, yeah.
Because I got to meet them as well at Bloodstock, because they played Bloodstock 2013, but I didn't meet them until 2015. And a mate of mine wanted his vinyl signed. And I thought, well, as long as I get to go in and meet him, it's okay. And I got to meet him, and Helmet was just looking around, just like signing the album, and just like did the metal handshake thing, where it's like, oh, buddy, and he was just like, I was like, I know he just got off stage, and he's probably like, okay. No, yeah, I haven't seen very many Austrian bands, I don't think.
Summoning.
There's so many bands. I've seen I've seen them from Austria. I've seen some German bands. I've seen Finnish bands, and still many bands I still yet to see from various other countries. Because one of my favourites, and I haven't mentioned them yet on this chat, they're from a place called Botswana, and they're called Overthrust.
I think I've heard they were in some news section some time ago.
Yeah, they played Wacken 1 year.
Oh,
they got a really good response. I don't know how they even got the slot, but probably someone just heard like, "Oh, do you want to play Wacken in Germany?" It's like, yeah.
Why not?
I think that's how most bands get put on festivals and chosen for gigs or whatever. It's like they hear the music, or they enter a competition, like Bloodstock Metal to the Masses, back in Battle of the Bands or whatever it is.
I think it's a lot of the, depending on what labels,
And what label?
Buck, and it's always certain big labels which bands are playing there, or just friends of the organizers, or some band that is having a huge push, or those competitions. Always, one of those.
Yeah, because a lot of bands have done Bloodstock to the Metal to the Masses. A lot of them get through to the final and end up playing Bloodstock, and a lot of them do end up going back. And some who do play Bloodstock and then got to the final, but then lost against whichever band formed. They even be like, "Oh well, you really impressed us at this Metal to the Masses competition. Do you want to play next year or something?" Like, sure. What stage? Well, New Blood. Well, it's the New Blood stage because that's where all the new bands that have entered the competition or they played before even play. Some even just get noticed by organisers from the festivals like, "Oh, do you want to play?" But either way, if you enter a competition or you just play the competition and then you made an impact, you're going to end up on a festival or some other gig somehow.
Yeah.
In a way. Some bands just, drive through and hopefully something happens.
Yeah.
And like, oh, we haven't gotten anywhere. It's been a year, and all of a sudden, like, in that year, it's like, oh, do you want to play this big festival? All right. Like, we got this for a year. No, we wanted to do it last year, but there was a bad, but being like, oh no, we wanted to do it last year. We're joking. Yeah, we'll play this year. I mean, I'll have to play gigs again because I played the Griffin with Herbicidal on my mate's birthday, and hopefully we're playing a gig October this year. Hopefully it's still going ahead.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to not jinx it, but I don't want to say, oh yeah, it's going ahead, and then all of a sudden it's like, sorry, we're still not allowing gigs. That's not my fault. That's just a pure coincidence. It's like if someone said, oh yeah, Helsinki Death Fest is still happening, and it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's a coincidence. That's a coincidence.
Yeah. Playing gigs is in my opinion, one of the best parts of being in a band. I always loved playing gigs. That was the ultimate goal for me always.
Yep, that's what I've been trying to do because I played a few gigs in my first band. This is not Herbicidal. This is way, way before Herbicidal. Played a mate's barbecue, and he was one of the members for a while, and then he left because he fell out with our vocalist at the time. Then vocalist left, he came back, and it was all fun again. I don't want to go into too much band like bands bickering or arguing or whatever. But it's like it happens. If you're in a band, you tend to argue, and then you end up losing a member for good, or you end up just bickering over nothing, and you make up like 10 seconds later or something.
Yeah, it's a family of sorts, and there's every people have their own opinions about stuff. So you just need to find the right people to whom join arms in a band.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to do that with my death metal band. Once I've got that sorted, I'm just going to do a 2-track demo or something, just me, until someone says, "Oh, do you need a bassist?" Yeah. Do you need another guitarist? Yeah. Do you need another drummer? Yeah. Do you need a vocalist? Maybe. I'll do vocals for now. Sold it. You do vocals. Yay. Like, because I try to write lyrics, but sometimes I'm like, I can't write lyrics. How's that with you, writing lyrics?
Oh, it always came kind of naturally. Like there's always a spark or idea that comes from, something about, real life, and, I don't know, when you sit down and start writing, you often first you might get some not so good stuff, and then it it's a progress. You write and write, and it starts to work out or not.
Yeah, and also you might write lyrics, and then your bandmates might have a riff that doesn't match with what you just written.
For me,
has that ever been a case?
It's always like I write lyrics and arrangements after the songs are ready. Like I might come up with some phrases or something from here or there. Might have a song title in my mind, and I'll keep the song title in my back pocket until a correct song comes where it fits. So, but I always write lyrics after the song is ready, after it is presented, and I only write for Solothus. Like everything, almost all lyrics is done by me in Solothus, but Sepulchral Curse, it's Tommy who writes all the lyrics. Well, I wrote for the first album, first EP, but for everything after that, it's been Tommy because he's so damn crazy good lyricist.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to write lyrics for Avintel, but it's mainly my mate Alex who's writing a lot of lyrics. Sometimes I help out because I remember we were just chatting about something, and I came up with one of the song titles and a bit of the chorus. I was like, oh, wait, that's the song title.
That's good.
I didn't even write it down. I just said something random, and then all of a sudden it became a song. But we're still trying to think of the riffs and everything. We've got some lyrics, but
yeah.
Apart from that, hopefully everything will be sorted out at some point, and hopefully my other projects will actually just...
Yeah, hopefully. You can always send my way your ideas, what you get.
I listen to other bands just to get ideas.
Yeah.
So I listen to, you guys, or if it's Doom Death or something, Death Doom, Funeral Doom, I'll just listen to Doom Death bands, Funeral Doom bands, Death Doom bands, just to get some sort of riff idea.
Yeah.
Like what it sounds like, and see what I can do similar and not make it too similar. And you ripped that band off. Every band has a elongated riff.
Yeah.
Especially if it's Funeral Doom or Drone or something like Sun or Sunno, however you want to say them. Because they got really long, outdrawn riffs. Because they're very dark and ominous. And
eerie.
Eerie. I'll say that, that's even better. That's even better. Well, I know I already asked this, but if people want to go buy your merch, I know where to buy your merch, but people who may be watching this now, where can they buy your merch?
From our label, $20 spin.
From $20 spin, and there's also, that's with Solothus. Sepulchral Curse is going to be Transcending Obscurity.
Yeah. And Lycanthropic Chants from Germany. They're releasing the album on tape, so, if you're into tapes, you can choose. With Solothus, everything is done by $20 spin.
And also, you can buy, you got T-shirts and long sleeves and patches and...
We sell our stuff only at our gigs because, it's so fucking expensive to send anything from Finland. It's just ridiculous.
So, guys, if you ever see these guys live, and you want a patch and CD and T-shirt, T-shirt and CDs, if you want to buy it at the venue, well, they'll be there. At least one of them will be there. That's always the case. A member's got to be with the merch.
Yeah, and when we'll be in Eradication Festival with Sepulchral Curse,
So for those going to Eradication Festival, Sepulchral Curse will be there.
It's gonna be.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I need to bring you something good from Finland for that.
Yes. Something good from Finland, and hopefully I'll come over to Finland at some point, whenever that will be, to visit my friend, of course.
Yeah.
In Helsinki for a bit, or however long. I decided to stay in Helsinki. Well, so I need to come back home because I'll run out of money. Be like, what is it? Oh, I'll go find Solothus guys. Well, I'll go find them. And I just burn. There they are. I can hear music. I hear music.
Got to go.
Gotta go. I'm just gonna listen to music. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
No, pleasure is all mine, and it's actually a good time because I'm running out of beer.
And you're running out of beer. Oh, God, yeah, I had to order some more. And before we end this off, I know I pretty much asked about gigs and stuff, but is there anything confirmed gig-wise?
Nothing else. Well, we have one gig. We have the Helsinki Death Fest gig, but that's still a question mark. And then we have one gig for next year abroad for Solothus, and with Sepulchral we have those. We might have gigs in Helsinki and Turku in August if that's possible, and then of course the Eradication Festival.
Yeah, that's
the future plans for us now.
Oh yeah, Eradication Fest for Sepulchral
That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Also, yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a cool little. It's going to be a cool set. Have you ever played video games? If so, what's your favorite video game?
That's a tough question. I love role-playing games like Final Fantasies and Zeldas and Breath of Fires, stuff like that. At the moment, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII again from the beginning to the end.
What, the remake or the original?
Original.
Oh, my brother played that. I played a bit of it.
I love the old games. I'm a retro player.
Yeah, I got an original copy of Resident Evil 2 because I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I haven't played Survivor, so some people might think, "Oh, you're not a true fan of Resident Evil." Then, like, I haven't played Survivor. I have played some of Code Veronica. It's like, no, I will let you off. Played Resident Evil 5. I haven't completed it, but I have played it. And I recently completed Resident Evil 0. Which is in the same graphics as the Resident Evil 1 remake or remastered for PlayStation 4. But yeah,
I think the most recent game that I've been really into, like a new game, it was the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. That was an insanely good game.
Yeah, I played one Zelda game on my Game Boy. I can't remember which one it was though, but I have played Zelda.
Link's Awakening.
But I have played Super Mario Bros. But it's the deluxe edition one. So we released on Game Boy Color, and I was just like, but I always got annoyed because I kept dying.
Good old time.
Played some Sonic as well. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
Those are good games.
But Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, Spyro.
You like Spyro, I like Crash Bandicoot. It's fine. We'll fight over it when we next meet.
All right.
Not like fight, just like have a discussion. Like, Crash Bandicoot can kick his ass. No, the other way around. No, Spyro breathes fire. I know that, but then Crash Bandicoot can spin around and reflect the fireball blast back on wherever. Well, actually, they did do a game with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro when they meet on the Game Boy, like on a Game Boy game. They do actually meet. I'm trying to remember that, and I'm probably going to play some video games later. I don't know yet, but I've been watching a lot of Netflix stuff. Do you watch anything on Netflix?
We watched finally The Witcher. We got around into that, and
I've not watched that yet.
Watching
I haven't played the games.
I haven't played the games. No,
I haven't played the games. I haven't read the books.
Yeah, but it's rather interesting, so might get around it. And then the Netflix series, the 100, or what's it called? That's we've been watching too.
Oh, the 100, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching Mindhunter, which is all about the.
I know that. That's good.
Yeah. BAU, like Paper Analysis Unit. Been watching that. That's been very interesting. And also, I got still watch all of Attack on Titan. I love animes. One of my favorite animes of all time is Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z.
I never was that into anime.
Nothing.
Never caught me.
Yeah, there's been times where I haven't watched any anime, and then I just get back into it somehow because my brother might be watching something. He's the one who said, "I'll check out Attack on Titan." My brother's 2 years older than me, And he finds all these animes and like, what's this? Elven lead. Might have said it completely wrong. Someone's going to go, that's wrong. It's like, oh, sorry. I find it hard to pronounce things sometimes. I'm thinking too much. Let me just no, shut up.
Let it just flow.
And also, since you live in a wooded area, do you ever go hiking?
Not that much. Sometimes I go for walks around the woods, but being a bit busy lately.
Well, even just walking around the woods, because you got a lot of trees. If I was at your place, I'd be like this, let's go hiking. Fuck that.
Yeah, I know a lot of my friends are very into hiking, and there's a lot of possibilities for it, but
I don't do hiking.
Gotten into it yet.
I just walk.
Would want to, though.
I just walk around here.
Yeah.
Because there's a field over that way, and I walked a bit further and walked up to the street where I grew up. Because I thought something's got to have changed around there. Not a lot. I looked at my old house. It's not a brown door anymore. It's a big giant white door. I'm like, what have you done to my house?
All right.
Well, whoever lives there now is fine. Probably make a lot better than it was when I was there. But well, thank you again for tuning in. And give me that band again you told me about. That's like Skepticism.
Prophetess.
Right. No, check them out.
Yeah.
I'll give you a name. Dear Holocostum. It's a Bristol band. I'll send some links. You send some links.
We need to remind each other about the band too.
I'll send you links. You send me links of any other bands you.
That's how it works.
Any other bands you know.
Yeah.
And once this is all over, we can meet up. We can have some beers, not just a beer.
Yeah.
Have beers and watch your band live, chat for a bit, and go watch some more bands. And
latest in Wales, then.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while though.
Yeah.
Well, summer now. Summer here, nearly.
Oh,
like
all right.
20th of June or 21st of June, the summer solstice. But I'll be doing that a lot because I'm part of a pagan group. So there you go.
All right.
So I'll let you get to your family and get on with your day, and we'll hopefully chat again soon.
Yeah, we will. All right. Take care, man.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. There we go. Another chat on Jake's Metal Chat. Obviously, I was talking a lot. He got talking a lot. Well, this is the thing about the show. I tried to make sure they get enough in, but then there were times I'm like, maybe I should say something, and I'm like, nope, better let them finish. But again, I know I said this already in the last ones. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're all well. Hopefully, I'm gonna see more of my mates tomorrow. Hopefully, see my mates after this is lifted. Not heard anything else, but once you keep in contact with your mates, your family, your loved ones, be it your boyfriend or your girlfriend or nieces, nephews, whatever, cousins, and you keep yourself busy by writing music, and because Kari has been doing that. Obviously, I wanted to not keep him on too long because he's got to do stuff with his family, and that's about it really. Was drinking that because I'm not going to be drinking, so I've had enough big meal. Yes, you did see the jerry can. So thank you very much for tuning in. Obviously, I'm looking forward to gigs again when this happens. I really need to see some more Metal to the Masses. Bloodstock. Gotta have Bloodstock. Love Bloodstock. It's going to be happening next year, of course, and I'm looking forward to that. And for those going to Bloodstock, I hope to see a lot of you there. and we can all just cheer that is happening, chat, watch some good bands, get drunk on a field as you do, and somehow hit. So thank you very much. I'll stop prattling on. Thank you very much for tuning in. There will be more. Probably make a video saying I got these guests, and then might as well say there will be some CD collection videos and vinyl and tape. Now I've just got to put the 2 Solothus CDs back in my CD collection. So thank you very much. Take care of yourselves and just look after each other. See ya.